What is up? What is up? What is up? It's your boy Jay, and I'm back with another video. So today I'm going a little bit classic. If you've been around since the beginning of the channel, you know that when I first started this channel, it wasn't a lot of live reactions. It wasn't a lot of gaming. It wasn't a lot of food. It was just me, you, and a conversation. And something has piqued my interest here of late. It's something that I always get shit late. Just to let you know, I always get shit late. So, like, if y'all like, man, motherfuckers was talking about that like 3 months ago, I can't help you with it. You feel me? It just now got to me to a point where I felt like I wanted to talk about it. But what is that? We probably already know what it is. It is how to decipher if you are indeed the main character, right? So, granted, this is based off of fictional things because the main character is always, when I think of a main character, I think of a main character in like an anime, or I think of the main character in like a movie or something like that, right? So it's pretty much all fictional. You know what I'm saying? So the problem that people have is bringing that into real life situations. Like, clearly, nobody was born on a planet called Planet Vegeta, and, you know, their parents sent them here, you know, when they were a baby, or, you know what I'm saying, a little bit younger, and then you got adopted by this family. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know where I'm going with this. You know, like, nobody here is Superman. Nobody here is Goku. Nobody here is Doctor Strange. You feel me? So it's like, but and all of that, there's some key factors, right? There's some key things to be examined, and that's what figuring out in this hypothetical situation. I don't want nobody to come to me talking about some, you this, you that. I don't want to hear it. Like, yo, this is my little 1-2 on main characters. So, in order to figure out if you're a main character, you gotta do a couple of things. You gotta dig deep in here, right? You gotta dig deep in here. Imagine if your favorite anime or your favorite TV show, if that person just thought about it, am I a main character or not? They could pretty much probably come to an agreement with themselves, like, shit, nigga, I am the main character. You feel me? But you gotta also remember that in those shows or in that movie, whatever thing you think about when you think about main character, they're side characters, right? So I don't want to say this and then people get offended, like, damn, I'm a side character, like a side nigga or whatever. Side characters, it's very hard to distinguish them sometimes from the main character. You got certain parts where the main storyline follows the side character a little bit more than it usually would. You feel me? As far as like the main character goes. So you gotta decipher what things have you been through, what's led up to different points. Is everything pinpointable? You feel me? Like, can you pinpoint everything? You know, like is there a moment in time where you were just going through the phases, then all of a sudden this person popped up and now all of a sudden shit's popping off? Because that is side character detail. You might be a side character to the real motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If I can get a little bit loose with it, you know, I'm sipping on a little bit of shit, you feel me? So, you know, we got to determine whether you are indeed the main character, or you can be a very important side character. You could be an MP3. I mean, not an MP3, NPC, non-playable character. You know what I'm saying? Those are for the people that just go through life and no ambition, no goal, just rolling. You know what I'm saying? You chose something to do and now you're just doing it. I know a couple of NPCs. I ain't gonna say no names, but I know a couple. So it's about the fine detail here, because in every movie or every anime, there are certain moments. There's certain moments, and there's a consistency of moments. Like, you know, it's like character building. You know, when it goes into when it goes into production of anything, like any movie, any TV show, any anime. You know what I'm saying? They sit around and they think about, how do we build character for this person? What is his character? What is her character? You know what I'm saying? How do we get the audience to see that this character has went through this situation, this happened, and then they took a step up or they took a step back. Then this situation propelled them to go here, 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 here. And that's what the basis of a main character is. It's about moments. It's about your goals. It's about what you're interested in and what's in here all the time. Which brings me to my next point. What are your goals? What are your goals in life? What's happened in your life to make the goals that you have so important? You feel me? Like, if I could pinpoint exactly what the fuck my genre would be if I was a main character. Because I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm more important than you or the 10 people that's going to watch this video. You know, I'm not going to do that. But if I had to pinpoint in what my life is and stuff like that, like the genre, it's most definitely 100% a romantic comedy. It's 100%. Because sometimes I got to sit back and just laugh at this shit, right? That's what you got to do sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to sit back, you got to be like, damn, man, like, because like I talk to my bros and shit about certain situations that happen, certain situations that's going on, and the shit just be funny sometimes. Like, it's like, bro, like, this shit only happens to me every fucking time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like, I would be one of them, and I'm going to be honest with y'all here. Because this is what this is about. I'm one of them motherfuckers that I fuck it up some kind of way. You feel me? Like, some kind of way, like, it never gets to that point. You feel me? So it's like, then there's other things that happen outside of what I do that lead me down a certain path, right? So it's like, for me, 100% without a doubt, I'm living in a romantic comedy. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with my mother and my father. You know what I'm saying? They're still together. And, you know, they love each other and shit. And that was my like, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's when the spark was born. And, you know, ever since then, you know, you find yourself trying to redo what they got. And then it's almost something that's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah. It's like, nah, you feel me? Like, you know, and like, it's fine. I can live with that. I can deal with that. But at the same point in time, if I had to be honest about the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything can be pinpointed to love. It's around love. It's around relationships. And it's around funny shit happening. Embarrassing shit to me, but funny shit happening if there was viewers, right? So that's what I could pinpoint mines to. And I'm not going to give you all the details because shit get deep. Shit get deep. And I'm not finna sit here and, guys, you know, this what happened today. You know what I'm saying? This what happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be all that. No. You know, like, you know, I fuck with y'all. You know, everybody that watches my video, I fuck with you. But at the same point in time, y'all not no therapist. Y'all not no doctor. Y'all not no, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just me talking about main characters. And that just so happens to be my flow of me thinking if I was a main character in this story. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, so what is your genre? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. Just because you're not a hero, right? Or you're not a loner, you could be an evil motherfucker. There's some evil motherfuckers that got, you know what I'm saying? They the main characters too. You feel me? Like, hey, like, what are your thoughts like? How you what? We say that here in Indianapolis. How you what? What does that mean is what you doing? You know what I'm saying? How you moving? You know, like, hey, I'll tell you. There's a couple of main characters that I know about, you know what I'm saying, that have done some horrible things. Horrible things. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to think, like, what main character are you? You feel me? Like, if you think about, like, people in the past, like, you know, like presidents and you know what I'm saying, emperors and shit like that. Like, if you really take a look at it, because the thing is, y'all got to understand, How many movies do you know about? How many TV shows do you know about? How many animes do you know about? I've watched hundreds of animes, and there's thousands upon thousands of them out there. So there's a lot of main characters living in their own what's the name. My thing is, I feel like that people, when they think about main characters, they get in this zone that it's the world that revolves around them. No. You know what I'm saying? It's your immediate world. You are the spotlight in that, right? So in your immediate world, you're the spotlight in that. Now that's not to say that there might not be another motherfucker that's around you that's a main character. You feel me? When y'all pass cross, sparks fly. I'm telling you, you probably ran into another main character and you didn't even know it, or you did. Yeah, hey, it's just real. It's real. You know what I'm saying? If this is a real thing and main characters are real, because I mean, this could quite possibly just be me rambling. You feel me? I could just be rambling, and it don't mean a damn thing. It don't mean shit, you know? But sometimes the world, I don't like to use a phrase anymore, but the universe, or whatever you want to call it, you know, I believe in God. So, you know what I'm saying? But there's this phrase about the universe. Sometimes things happen in the universe that point to you. Sometimes things happen in the universe that point to you in a way that you can't understand. Like, this ain't coincidence. Like something is trying to get my attention, or something happened to the point where I can't explain it. It's something outside of my knowledge of expertise, my knowledge of realistic things that happen. And I've had a lot of those things happen to me, like things that I can't explain, things that I can try to narrow it down, but no matter, I can never get a finite answer on them. And I feel like that's a big thing too. If you've been in situations and shit like that, or have had things happen, certain dreams, certain things happen in reality and shit, like that's main character shit right there, right? Another thing that's main character shit is, what do you think about when you're alone? What do you think about when you're alone? Like, ask yourself, what do you think about when you're by yourself and you're off screen, right? Because there's one thing that I know about main characters. And I know if somebody do a main character tally for me, I've been saying it. But that's what this is about, main characters. Excuse me. But there's one thing that I do know about main characters. Main characters always have this mind. They always have this mind that a lot of people would say they crazy for, because they talk to themselves, right? And I'm not just talking about some, am I gonna do this today? No, I'll do that. No, like, I'm talking about, like, there is a feud up here sometimes, you know? And it's like, you know, like, they'll sit back and when they're by themselves, they'll throw themselves on the bed. Fuck, what are you doing? I told you not to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they really have, because it's a pull from both sides, right? The dark and the light side. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of main characters, they're always going through something where they're getting pulled back and forth between different things. And I feel like that's one big piece. It's what you do. Not necessarily just what I said, but it's what you do when you're alone. What do you think about all the time? Are your thoughts main character-esque? Are your thoughts nothing? You know what I'm saying? Do you just go back and forth to work, think about this? Yeah, you think about something, but you know what I'm saying, it never really dives deeper than the surface. If you haven't questioned things in your life, if you haven't questioned things that are supposed to be like factual things, if you haven't questioned those, then you're probably not a main character. I question everything. I question myself. I question everything. You know what I'm saying? It's got me to some trouble, but at the same point in time too, like my mind doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have goals in my life that I'm trying to reach, and then there's side missions. There's side missions that I want to be the main missions, but they have to be side missions, aka romantic comedy. You feel me? Like you know, But at the end of the day, you know, like, it's my interaction with each individual person that makes something that makes me believe that if there were main characters, I would be one. You know, and that's what you got to do. You got to figure out, because my thing is, y'all don't know my life, so you know, it's hard for me to sell it's hard for me to sell my main character plot to you. It has to be you, and that's where it starts. It starts with you. So yeah, man, like at the end of the day, like, there are so many different genres of characters. There are so many different things with characters. There's different like topics and shit, but there's so many different what is this? What is the world you live in? Are you in the military? Like, are you a hero? You feel me? Like, are you in school? Do you have a lot of women? Do you live in a house with 5 women that love you? You got a harem, buddy. I'm pissed. I'm mad. You feel me? I wish I could be with that shit. You feel me? But at the same point in time too, like, it just really comes down. It really comes down to you really looking inside and you being realistic with yourself enough to be like, hey man, look, what do I bring to the table when I come around people? What do I bring to the table? If I were to ask the people individually around me, if I were to bring them this topic, would any of them think? They probably wouldn't say it, because everybody want to be the main character, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, it's just a natural thing. You want to be important, and that's what main character is about. It's about being important when you think about it. So, if you were to go and ask the people around you and bring them this argument, just as I brought it to you, how many of them would say, hey, bro, hey, my nigga, look, when you come around, sparks fly. When you come around, I can see it. You feel me? That's why I believe in you. You know what I'm saying? Because you special. That's probably one of the main things that this is all about. You feel me? Because I know a lot of times when you think about like main characters and shit, you forget about how important the cast is around you. And that's not to be egotistical or anything like that. I'm talking in terms of this. I think that everybody is doing their own thing. I feel like everybody around me is doing their own thing, right? But if you were to do it in fun and you were to ask, what will people say about you? Would you leave a long-lasting impression? Because I guarantee you this, any person that a main character meets in any movie, any TV show, any anime, anything, it could be a game. If you went and asked any of the supporting cast, any of the co-main characters, any of the antagonists, those people would say that person left something in them that they will never forget. Like, it could be 20 years and you meet a person like, yo, even though y'all only had like a couple months together. You know what I'm saying? That's main character shit right there. It's main character shit. And like with me, personally, my personality is just that. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk to people, and you know, like a lot of people gravitate towards me because of my personality. And you know, that's something that I love about myself, because it allows me to get to know people and get to help people if I can, because that's what I'm about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I love hard. You feel me? And I feel like if you can say something to somebody that's gonna change, that could change them in the better for good, why not? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is too, a lot of time what I do is, like, if I don't know something, somebody else might have been through that something, and if I, you know what I'm saying, like, get all of this information inside of me, I will never meet a person where, let me go ahead and clear that up. You meet people, right? Every conversation that you have with somebody that's of importance, that what you did last night, what'd you do last night, that shit probably ain't that important unless you did something important. But I'm talking about the conversation after you've been talking to somebody and they finally starting to open up and tell you their story. I key in on those moments. because those moments a person is they're giving me themselves, right? And in those moments, there's a different take. There is something to be learned from that person's, whether they tell you the mistake that they made, something that they were successful in, whatever it be. In those moments, hold on to those, because that's somebody else's life that they lived, and they can justify what happened and how they got out of it, and how they moved on, or what they're doing with it. So when you take those, like, I feel like I'm a sponge. When I take them moments from people, I take them. My catalog on the next person come to me with a problem or issue is so much deeper than just my own experiences. Like, that's just what it is. So, like, I haven't had any experiences with having kids, right? That's just not, I haven't had any kids. I want some, I ain't had none. But I've been around people and I've soaked up enough information on kids and relationships with kids and the fathers or the mothers and shit, that if a person comes up to me and talks to me about a situation they're going through, I can give them some good insight based off of the knowledge that I've learned. You know what I'm saying? I can boom. And that's the kind of shit right there, y'all. That's the kind of shit right there that is main character-esque. You feel me? There's not a situation where you're left in the dark. Like, damn, do I need to go figure out this information? Like, no. Maybe at some point in time, but I'm at a point now where it's like, man, like, I don't care what I got to do. I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you something. But, and this is turned to me. But of course it turns to me, because it's my life. You feel me? So it's like in those situations, you know what I'm saying, where you ask yourself, like, am I a main character? You got to look at yourself. But if I missed anything, I'm thinking right now, because I've been drinking a little bit, but gotta make sure I hit everything. I went in this without too much planning. I was writing down some shit, and I'm like, man, okay, you gotta hit this, you gotta hit that. But then I was just thinking, like, no, like, why not just have fun with this one? You either a main character or you're not. Or there's no main characters, or there are, or we're all main characters in our own story. You can take it any kind of way you want to. But at the same point in time, too, I feel like the most important thing I talked about today is what the people around you would say. What would they say? What would they say about you? Because at the end of the day, being a main character, it's all good and stuff, but main characters always affect what's going on around them. You know what I'm saying? So if people don't have a positive opinion on you, and if you don't bring positivity to people's lives around you, then you stink as a main character. If you are indeed a main character. You feel me? So that's what I'm gonna lead this off on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you indeed believe that you're a main character, you've had all those traits. You know what I'm saying? You've had the backstory, tragic moments. You had triumphant. That's triumphant. If I'm saying it wrong, yeah. You've had those moments where you've overcome shit, and it's all built this character for you. Just make sure you use it for the right reason, and you can't go wrong. Make sure you stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let nobody come in your life and change your direction. You feel me? Because if you're a main character, that's obviously important for a reason. That's just what it is. That's why you got to stand on yours. You can adapt. You can adapt situations, but never let somebody come in and change it. Because then your story sucks. You feel me? Because it's not you. So without further ado, this has been a throwback of sorts. It's been a throwback of sorts. You know what I'm saying? I got fun. I love talking. I love talking to people. I love doing this. This is why I started YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So it was called Jay Thinks. You know what I'm saying? Because it was what was inside of here and shit. If y'all go back and watch some of my earlier shit, the quality trash bad. I ain't gonna lie. But at the same point in time too, it's like one of them things that's just like, sometimes you just got to get some shit out your head and you want to talk about it. But whether it be food or my top 10 or whatever it was that I was doing. You know, so yeah. So ask yourself one last time, what in your mind goes on? What goes on around you? What goes on in people's minds around you? If it includes you, you probably a main character. You feel me? If multiple people include you, you probably a main character. But without further ado, and I said that twice, this has been Jay on Jay Thinks with are you a main character or not? So hopefully I help. Peace.